What's up, everybody? Justin here with After Hours Autosports. Most of you know me, some of you might not. I am the owner of After Hours Autosports and the crew chief for number 711 Josh Loves Drifting in Formula Drift Pro 2 this season. So I decided after St. Louis, of course, that some of you guys might want an insight into the behind the scenes, the tech, the stress, whatever, the stuff that goes on in the shop that you don't see in the edited videos. So we decided to do kind of like an in the shop vlog update of what we're changing between rounds, technical issues we might have, stuff like that. More of the shop side of things than the driving side of things. So you can see his car there. So I'm going to do a recap on St. Louis since we didn't come up with the idea of doing this until today, because we did go through quite a bit of stuff in St. Louis. So let me see if I can flip this around. I don't think I can. So I'm going to flip this and then we'll start going through the car. So this is the car. Most of you know it if you watched Pro 2. It's an E36 supercharged LS3, SLR suspension, Vortex supercharger, Feel 442 coilovers, stage wheels, IMSPEC tuned, Tilton clutch. Pretty much everything was done in-house by us. The only things subletted out were the tune, the bodywork, the paint, the wrap, stuff like that. The whole car was built by me and Ian and my dad and a couple other friends here and there helped out with stuff. So going into Seattle, we were having issues with front tire fitment. I have this side apart right now, so it's easier to see. But we are contacting the body here, the intercooler piping a little bit. We were trying to run 255, 35s on the front, since that's what a lot of the field is running, but we ended up just not being able to. We had to switch to these 235, 45 Achilles, which gave us a lot more clearance on stuff. I was able to make some wrap stops on the lathe, get the angle dialed in so we're not hitting anything and we weren't touching anything. We're touching the intercooler piping enough to rub a sticker off. No big deal. Going into it, St. Louis, I keep wanting to call it Atlanta for some reason. We were blowing a lot of oil. In testing, we're blowing a lot of oil. I went ahead beforehand and welded 10 ANs into both valve covers, into this radium catch can, 6 AN into the valley cover. Still blowing oil like crazy. Reagan got on the phone with our buddy Logan, who gave us the idea to actually flip the valve covers. So both of these going into St. Louis were on their proper sides. You can see the oil fills back here now. Flipping those so the catch can is picking up from the front 100% solved the problem. We went from blowing a quarter-ish quart per battle to a couple drops in the whole competition. So if you're fighting that issue, try flipping those valve covers because that solved pretty much the whole damn problem for us. So also, the car was driving good, but we could tell there was more. We were just having some struggles trying to get the more out of it. Our good buddy and pit neighbor Rome came over, lent us some advice from some of his experience, and we ended up switching the front springs out to 14Ks. They were 10Ks. Josh likes the way they drove on the 14Ks a lot better, so that's what we left on there. We played with the compression and rebound, all that kind of stuff. Based on Rome's recommendations as well. He got the car set up, so Josh really liked how it was driving, and all was well from there until going into the, I believe, the top 4 battle against Dimitri. We got a bit of a tap, and I have it apart now, but it's hard to see. But when I measured with the strings today, we just got it out of the trailer like last night, we had 1.875 inches of total toe in on the front. And the right front by itself was 2.5 inches towed in. And he managed to drive the second half of that battle and the entire 1-2 battle on toe that bad. So it took us a while to find, but what I ended up finding, because nothing's obviously bent, but the SLR, and one of the things we like about it, has this 4-way adjustable Ackerman setting with this bolt, so you can dial in how you like it to feel. This is secured with 2 little pins. You can see where they kind of snapped off there. So Sean has some new ones in the mail for us already on their way here. And frankly, I'm totally okay with these shearing. You know, it gives us, I'd rather be replacing this on the side of the track than a control arm or a tie rod, you know, something like that. It's a weak point. It's got a 30-second job to swap once you got the wheel off. No big deal. We just now know we need some spares of these and to check there first. So that is pretty much it. We have some other little stuff going on that we are going to basically reset the car. Heading into Seattle, we got some parts in the mail. I'll show you when they get here some more changes we're going to make to the car to try to be more competitive in Seattle than we were off the bat, even though we won in St. Louis. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned, and I'll show you that stuff when it comes in. So I just went ahead and pulled the intake manifold off of his car. We basically got on the phone with Holley, and who is one of our sponsors and a great one at that, said, yo, Evergreen's big. We're probably, as far as I know, we're the lowest powered car on grid. So we basically just called them and said, help. They sent us out a Hiram, which should pick us up quite a bit because we were still on the stock LS3 manifold. We just had it hydro dipped to look pretty and stuff. But yeah, stock manifold. So hopefully this helps us out quite a bit. Went ahead and pulled the rails off it. We were running radium rails with, doing this backwards is annoying, but these are Injector Dynamics ID 1300Xs, since we're running that Thunderbolt E85. So I don't know if those rails will work on the Holley Hiram. I'm assuming they won't since it comes with new rails, but we have those as spares, whatever. Maybe whoever buys the manifold will want them. But as of now, I'm pretty much stuck on stuff I can do on this car. I am waiting for the stuff from Holley to show up. I am waiting on the Ackerman adjuster from SLR to show up. And then it's going to be crunch time before Seattle. We're always in a big hurry. It's going to go over to our buddy Brandon at Missile Works, who is going to redo the exhaust because it's getting beat up. It wasn't the best design to begin with. So he's going to redo that. He's going to redo this intercooler piping to fit the Hiram because it comes down at a much more extreme angle than the pretty much straight LS manifold is. And then it's pretty much going to go straight from Brandon's over to M-Spec to get retuned and a Nitrous Express kit installed and wired up on it. So we're hoping to come into Seattle with 50 to 60 more wheel horsepower than we had in St. Louis, with another 50 to 75 on tap if we think we need it. Kind of the nice thing about nitrous, you don't have to use it. It's there. You can make that choice. You can change the power levels with quick jetting changes, all that sort of stuff. So we'll have that going, and then when we make the jump into Pro, jet change on the new motor, we can run up to, I believe the kit that we're doing allows up to a 400 shot, which I would never do, but we could if we wanted. So yeah, we're pretty much stuck on progress here for the day. So might go relax a little before the shit hits the fan when parts start showing up. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next time. Watch the drifting videos on the channel, the recap event videos, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, thanks for sticking around.